Novatos? Thanks again for tuning in to yet another video. Memphis here, coming at you from San Jose, California, the Golden State. Another beautiful day out here in the Bay Area. Let's go ahead and get on with the topic of today's ride. I am now back on my lowrider after test riding those beautiful bikes at Spirit Motorcycle of San Jose, California. That's my local Indian dealer. Ah, man. It was a fun event. I was there at 9:30. Got there a little bit earlier than they were ready for. I think I got there at 9:20. I was signed up. The staff was super friendly. Great people everywhere. And I had everything filled up and ready. I had my little I don't know if you guys can see it. I still have the armband or the wristband for the event. And you know that 116 Thunderstroke, it is just something else. It's a great power plant, man. I am honestly speechless after riding that Chief Dark Horse 116. Comparing that to my lowrider and comparing that to the other bikes I've test ridden from Harley-Davidson, it's just, there's no comparison. I think not even a Stage 2 could compare to that 116 in sport mode. Of course, a Stage 2 from Harley-Davidson, not aftermarket. Maybe an aftermarket S&S cam can probably keep up with that bike. Indian has really done something special, and if it wasn't for the pandemic, kind of delaying aftermarket parts, delaying these manufacturers, because I'm pretty sure the support was going to be there. If you guys look at the Scout Bobber or the Indian Scout, it's got some aftermarket support. So I'm guessing the pandemic probably had something to do with the aftermarket on that bike. It's a 2022. It's already been out for a few months, so we're just gonna have to keep on waiting and see what these other aftermarket parts are gonna, or these other aftermarket manufacturers are gonna have for that Chief Indian Chief bike. It's a great bike.
A few moments later.
So yes, where was I? I was on their website because I am interested in the Dark Horse, in the Chief Dark Horse. I was looking at their website, and then, like I mentioned in the test ride video, how they offer 5 different handlebar options. They don't even really charge you for the labor, or who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, but for the taller bars on that bike, it was only an additional, I believe, around $400. I think it was $180 for the bars, and then $180 for the kit. And once I put that together on my build on their website, there was no calculation on the labor. So I don't know. I mean, if Indian is really doing that, like, holy crap, that is another great thing that they're offering. If you go to Harley-Davidson and you request a bar job or a bar installation, you're easily you're looking at over $1,000 in labor plus parts. So if you wanted to change the handlebars on the Street Bob or on any of the models, you're looking at about, depending on the setup, you're looking at about $2,000 on top of the MSRP or the price that you get that bike for with Harley-Davidson. And based off of, like I said, what I saw with Indian, it was only an additional, I'd say maybe $400. So if Indian can do that, swap out these parts at no additional cost or price or anything like that, man, that's Indian is really Polaris, Indian, they're really going above and beyond with the customer service, and it just appears like that with everything else. I was looking at the website; they also offered a Rogue package, and the Rogue package is pretty much like the Street Bob 114. It's got a passenger pillion seat, and then it's got an air filter, and it's got a couple things for only $2,000. And like I said in all my videos, I've always mentioned this about the performance. I am satisfied with the stage 1. People have been telling me, hey, go with the stage 2 or go up to the next performance stage or whatever. I've been happy with the stage 1. There's no complaints here. I'm satisfied. I've always, like I said in all my videos, I've always been looking for just the sound overall. I wasn't really in it for the performance. But if you're in it for the performance, you really have to look at Indian lineup. You really have to look at the 116. That 116 in sport mode is just something else. You have to visit your Indian dealership if you're looking at the Street Bob, because I think that's what it's more resembles or a little bit closer to, depending on the bobber or the regular dark horse or the regular chief. I think you should really pay a visit to Indian just so you can see what it's all about. You really have to go look at these bikes. And if they have the demo day or something like that around you, make the schedule to go and test ride these bikes. I had a blast. I was there, like I said, I was there from early morning, not early morning, but from the morning up until 1 o'clock. And it was just a rapid fire type of review, demo day. I was on this bike, then I was on the next bike, and I was on the next bike. There was really no break in between test rides. One of my favorite bikes was the Chieftain Dark Horse Elite, which I didn't even realize it was like a CVO of the Indian lineup. I thought it was just a regular bike. Turns out it's like a CVO. It's got the custom paint. It's got the speakers and the saddlebags. It was just great. It was that bike had me surprised. The Chieftain Dark Horse was probably the biggest surprise out of all of them. Yes, the 116 was the biggest surprise, but overall on the models, I didn't even realize that bike was 800 pounds. As soon as I threw a leg over and I picked it off the kickstand, it just didn't feel like it was an 800-pound bike. It was agile. It felt light to me. The engineering from Polaris, from Indian, man, that bike felt great for 800 pounds. Completely surprised. After riding the Chief 116, for the longest I thought Harley-Davidson was only being limited by EPA or by CARB, depending on where they're at. A lot of the times these manufacturers have to deal with multiple different countries' regulations, so I was kind of, in my own mind, I was thinking, you know what, Harley-Davidson is just playing by the book. And the only reason why we have to go stage 2, stage 3, or stage 4 is because of Uncle Sam. And after seeing what Indian has done with the 116, you know what? That's just not true. And I think we all know why Harley-Davidson underpowers their bikes extremely. I mean, compared to the 116, honestly, it's for profit. The dealership makes a lot of money off of these stage kits, off of these upgrades. The dealership makes a lot of money. Harley-Davidson makes a lot of money, so it's like a marriage between the dealerships and the manufacturers to kind of just drain people out of their money. And on top of that, a lot of these people, they finance these upgrades, these performance upgrades, and they're just paying more into interest. They're paying more on the payments and just taxes and everything else. And like I mentioned, with the warranty and the performance or OEM performance, a lot of people, because they have the stage 3, stage 4, they want to be, they want to have that peace of mind that everything's going to be covered under warranty. So not only are you selling more on the labor for the dealerships, you're also selling more on the services. Because I even mentioned it myself too in my videos. I kind of mentioned, hey, if you're going stage 3, stage 4 with the dealership, you might as well get that extended service plan. So, I don't know. And like I said, Indian with the 116 on what they're doing, the sport mode, the touring mode, and the standard mode. One of the gentlemen at the demo event, he just kind of mentioned, you know what, this is 3 different bikes in one. And you know what, it's absolutely true. Every mode that bike offers, it's a completely different feeling bike. So you know what, I still love my bike. I still love my lowrider. the way I've set it up, the way I put it, you know, just put all these aftermarket parts. I put in my own time and my own money on making it what it is today. I think I would have been very happy having that feel of a 116 on this bike. So maybe Harley-Davidson just has to do something else. I mean, these little color these little color differences, these changes that they're doing, especially with the icon. You know what? That's a nice bike, but man, $30,000 for a single seat, special single seat with the rail on it. Come on. When Indian is doing these extra tech, these different ride modes, the 116, the big board kits, all kinds of different things, and if it's true what I mentioned about the labor on the swapping out the 5 different options of the handlebars, wow, Indian is really doing something special, and Harley-Davidson is just stuck in the mud. There's just you know what, I think that's it. I'm not gonna keep on ranting, but this is just me getting back on my lowrider. I love my bike. I don't think even after riding the Indian, I don't think I could find myself trading this bike or changing my choice of bikes. If the 2022 had been released at the time of me purchasing my lowrider, I think I would have still gone my lowrider. It's just a dream of mine. And like I said in another video, I was supposed to already do my outro and I'm over here still rambling. Yes, I've been a fan of Harley-Davidson since I was a kid, since watching Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2. I've been a fan of Harley-Davidson, and I just don't see myself trading in my lowrider, even though, yes, the technology and the performance is there with Indian, and maybe the price, they're a little bit cheaper. And yes, there's a few cons and pros with each bike. This one's oil cooled and all kinds of stuff. I just don't want to get into it with the Harley-Davidsons, but this is, you know what, yes, I still would have gone Harley-Davidson. I still would have purchased my lowrider S. If I had the finances and the space to get another bike, I would definitely 100% consider the Indian. You guys just stay out there, stay safe, don't believe everything you read, life's a risk, get out there and ride. Later.